Hi, Group B. You ready? All right, I'm going to pick some stones. We're going to take 13 of these. I'm not going to look. That's 9, 10, 11, 12. One more. Where am I going? Okay, 13. Okay, here we go, Group B. All right, so first up, they want you to stop moving around so much. You may have, maybe you have issues with a brain that's always spinning out of control, or you feel like you have to stay busy all the time. That needs to stop. So I don't know, maybe this is my reading. I'll keep going. But definitely there's like this idea of when you're trying to get things done, it's like you rush and you push and you rush and you push and you keep going. And it's like this kind of ADHD type mentality. And it's this saying, hey, pull back from that. You're not accomplishing anything other than exhausting yourself. So that's like jumping right out at me here. That's an important thing, and I think why it's important is because if your brain is always going 100 miles an hour, you never take the time, take the quiet, slow down to hear the messages that they're trying to tell you. There's a big cluster of stones. Oh, you see this right up in here. This is like where they're talking. This is over your third eye area and your intuition and your crown chakra. And we've got a grouping here. So it's like they've got a lot of stuff to say, but your brain is so busy you're not hearing it. So you need to take some time out for yourself and time to slow down just so that you can settle into the season and listen to what they're trying to tell you, which is, let's see. All right. Oh, again, family. Group A had this. So family is important. You're not focusing on the family, and there are things going on that you might miss because you're so busy with your everyday life and things that are happening. So step back and take a look at the kids in particular, relationships, spouses, friendships that are like family. That's important to take a look at right now. Things are happening. Things are not being communicated necessarily all that well. So often when things go unsaid, it can create a whole lot of drama. So it's much easier sometimes just to nip it in the bud, say what you got to say, let the chips fall where they may, and clear it up from there, because this is a process that will help you grow and learn. In relationship to your ancestors, they're explaining that this is how you stay strong. This is how the family line stays strong. This is how, as a group, you move forward. It's through communicating clearly, paying attention to what's happening in other, the lives of those important people around you, particularly children. And watch your timing. There's timing that's important here for some particular reason. Um, I think it might have to do with the timing of the message. So say what you need to say, but say it when it can be heard. And on that note, again, I am hearing take time out to listen to them because they have some more wisdom for you. Weirdly, what popped into my mind is when you're in the kitchen. This is a cooking thing. So I don't know if there's someone out here who will be listening to this in Group B that is in particular something to do with kitchens and cookings. Certainly this time of the year, we're using family recipes, but I don't think that's it. I think that because like if you're cooking or when you're doing something, it allows your brain to it's kind of an active meditation. So when you're in that space, they like to join you. They like to join you and start like, whispering in your ear and telling you things, or you'll have a knowing or a thought that comes to your mind. So, in particular, cooking and kitchen comes up for me right now. But on a broader note, any activity that you're doing that could be relaxing to a degree that you are able to open your mind and put yourself into a different space and be able to hear what they're trying to say to you. That will be helpful and important. Magic. I got the stone for magic. This is my symbol for Heka that showed up here, the hieroglyph Heka for magic. In this case, though, you need to understand that that's how you run, that's who you are, that's your energy. You're a magical person. And this has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with your spiritual beliefs. This is more like, this is just who you are. This is how you run. This is, you're able to manifest and to do things and make things happen. And you're supposed to be really using that right now. For the rest of the year, there could be some rough spots coming up. So using your magic, staying in tune, paying attention, those things are going to help you. They're here for you, definitely. This is another kind of specific thing that's coming up. So court cases, legal issues. This could be anything from something, major or more major, like divorce or wills or probate, any kind of court things, down to simply making sure paperwork is in order, or you still owe on taxes or something that's that has legal issues to it. What's happening here is that during this process, okay, they're letting you know that during this process, you may feel like you're losing. You may feel like you didn't win, or things didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, that you've had to give something up that you didn't want to give up necessarily. They are saying to big picture, this is big picture. Don't get bogged down in details for like what you want or what you want to hang on to. Think big picture, and that the reality is you may lose a battle, but you're going to win the war. So any type of legal things, hold on. Don't get stuck in minutia. Keep a big picture and a big focus happening with that. Again, as in same stone in the same place with group A. So this also relates, I think this also relates to the legal stuff. So here we go. Write everything down. Keep very careful record. Keep any kind of things, date, stamp, time stamped, nothing. Don't take anybody's word for it. Make sure you have contracts in order. Make sure all of those things are in order, and understand that you're going to have to take some time, and you may feel alone while in doing this. That idea of isolation and alone in this particular quadrant shows up again, but it's in a different way. It means you need to take time alone to get in touch, get in tune with any kind of outside help that you're needing, like spiritual help, guardian angel, ancestral help. And then make sure you are implementing the message. Make sure you are taking care of, this time, take care of the details. Take care of the details and write like everything down. Save your receipts. Keep track. Oh my goodness. Okay, so again, same stone in the same spot as group A. I think, again, what this is like, a lot of the things that you're feeling insecure about are not just because of your personal experience. This is, again, passed down to you literally through our DNA. It's like the junk DNA, the coding on our DNA can carry ancestral stories, particularly traumas. Those are big, and those can get passed on. PTSD, that's what's this group your ancestors suffered PTSD, and now you get triggered with strange things that you might think like, why does that bother me, or why am I afraid of this, or why do I have a problem with that? You personally may not have experienced anything that would warrant that reaction, but your ancestors did, and they're saying, hey, like, that's ours. There you go. You didn't just get my freckles, you got my PTSD. So, um, knowing that though, looking into what they went through, see if you can find something out about that story that maybe caused that. Maybe you're a hoarder. Maybe you're afraid to lose. Maybe you want to keep your cupboard stocked because at one point you went hungry, so you feel like you can never get enough to eat. It can show up in weird different ways, but you need to know that this isn't yours to carry anymore. So you need to be able to start to take a look at that and see how you can let that go, because it doesn't literally belong to you. It's not your story, it's an ancestral story. And it's your job to figure out how to shake that off. This one's kind of interesting. Okay, so I just can, oh, anyway, heard. So you might think that you're really struggling with money, you're having problems financially. They're looking at you like, oh, no, you're not. You're. I think that it's all relative. Relative. So your ancestors. I'm sorry, that was really okay. I might need to edit that out. From what their experience was to what your experience currently is, they're looking into you like, you have no idea. You have no idea. You're not struggling. And the suggestion here is to give. To give. You're supposed to give something. You think you don't have it, but when you give it, you realize, oh, I did have that because I had it to give. That can look like extra clothes in your closet. Maybe you go to the store and it's a buy one, get one free. So you give the free one to a neighbor. It's like you do have things, and you need to start to recognize what you do have, and then work on actually sharing that. Share what you have, because the more you share, the more you have. And you grow. And they want you to know that currently you are stressing out a lot about things that you don't need to stress out about. In the big picture, it's going to work out, and you're not going to need to worry about that at all. Good days are coming, especially with financial issues. So hold on to that, kind of reframe. They want you to reframe. And sometimes I think that we get so caught up in our own lives, we don't really realize how fortunate we can be. We can get caught up in just stuff, that's not really important. So I'm going to pick one more stone for you, Group B, for our overall last stone here. Oh, there's two. No, I want this one. Okay. All right. Well, this is the stone for chaos. This is the demon. This is Apep. So, two things with this one. So overall, there will be feelings, chaotic feelings, frustrated feelings. You remember at the beginning we were talking about, hey, stop the brain, stop the spinning, stop the constant going, because you need to be able to hear what's going on, what they're trying to tell you. And those things include a lot of the fears that you feel are ancestral stories, not yours. It means they also want you to look at family, in particular children. Pay attention to what's going on there. Make sure that you are being solid and strong, and you can only do that when you calm your brain down. That chaos stone that we pulled, the very last one, is basically saying, it's reiterating, get a grip. Whatever you need to do, get a grip. And that includes how you view your life in your world and refocus on what is really important. One of the things that will help you with that is your magic, because that's how you run. That's how your energy runs. It's who you are. You're a magical person. Again, this is nothing to do with religion or doctrine or anything like that. It's simply you understand things in a different way, but you haven't been using what you know. Instead, you've been caught up in trying to be like everybody else is and trying to fit into this world that you don't fit into in that same way. That causes a lot of that chaos and confusion in your head. So I said there were two things with that chaos thing. This is the other one. The other one is that there are really, 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 really old ancestors. We call them the mothers. Some people refer to them as mothers of the night. Different cultures have different names and different ways to worship them. But these are ancestors that look at really big picture issues. And if they come up here, they're seeing that they're moving something, they're moving and shaking something, and something is happening right now. And that could be another reason why you're feeling that kind of confusion and chaos. So know that there's more to the story. You're just not privy to the big picture. So what you can do is your part in this whole, and start to slow down and pay attention. Good luck.